What's up, YouTube? Um, Today I want to talk to you about something that honestly bugs the crap out of me. Um, and that is all of the people that celebrate not voting and not participating in the political process. And I know people have different reasons for why they make the choice not to participate in the political process. However, um, I'm wondering what they think that they are actually accomplishing through not participating. Like, what are you doing? I, really, I've never heard a logical explanation for not participating. The last couple of elections that we've had in this country have been incredibly narrow. Maybe not the last one, the one in 2018, because you know the Democrats did come out with a huge win in multiple different places. However, there have been many elections, including the 2016 presidential election, that were very narrowly decided. And so, in those contests, every single vote matters. There have been people that have literally won office by only a handful of votes. And so, it's curious to me that we would have people that actually believe that their vote doesn't matter. And the one thing that I would say to those people, in terms of how I personally look at this, is that when you live in a country, in a representative democracy like the one we have, where we have a schedule and you go on your schedule like once every 2 years to vote for national offices and sometimes even more often for local elections, when you have that system, then you know that there's a time in which it's a time to stand up and go in there and do your civic duty. Now, I just lost my train of thought. No, that's where I was going with this. So we know that every year in some cases, but at least every 2 years, it's going to be time to stand up and vote. And so, when you choose not to participate, then that vote is going to happen anyway, and it just won't include you. However, the result of that vote absolutely will include you, especially in local elections. So the result ends up affecting you whether you choose to participate or not. And so I guess the question I would ask is that in a system like that, it's not like you can just opt out and like go live in no man's land somewhere. Like, those people that get elected into office are going to come and they're going to make choices that affect your lives just as much as anybody else's life, just as much as the lives of the people that did vote. And so, with that being the case, then is there actually such a thing as not participating? I would say no. I would say that not participating is a form of participation. So if you're trying to think and make up the story like, ooh, my lack of participation is making a statement, or I don't agree with electoral politics, so I'm not going to participate in it. Well, it's participating in you. Did you know that? Like, did you know that your lack of participation or that point of view doesn't even hold water? Because you are participating. And so I would challenge you, if you're going to participate, be responsible about it. That's really what it all boils down to. Either you're going to be responsible or you won't be responsible. And in a case like the way America is set up, responsibility just means voting. And I'll add one more thing onto this, because on top of the lack of participating people, we have the people where it's always inconvenient. right? It's always like the voting, there's a big conversation in this country about why we have voting on a Tuesday and why it's not a national holiday. And this is a place where I'm probably more. I don't know if it would be considered liberal or conservative. I don't think that we need to do anything with the election laws. Or maybe we do, because I happen to live in a state where the polls are open. Like, I can go to the local election commission weeks in advance of the actual election day and cast my vote. So the voting is available. What shocked me, though, is how many people I've told this fact to that are around me that didn't know that was available. And so maybe that's where the hole is. However, voting is a lot easier than I think that they make it out to be. And as we're seeing in this election in 2020, Donald Trump and Joe Biden, we've got a lot of people that are early voting. The record number is millions of people that are early voting. So regardless of what happens in this election, hopefully that'll get people more apt to vote in future elections, because you really can go for weeks in advance and go on and cast your vote. Voting isn't restricted to Tuesday, at least in many states. In my state it isn't, and from my understanding, I mean, we wouldn't have it on the news with all these other states that are early voting if it weren't a thing there too. So get out and vote. It's important to participate, and don't follow that myth that not participating is not participating, because not participating is a straight up oxymoron. Not participating is participating. You guys have a good day.